Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fire from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. You're real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got two special guests all the way from Connecticut. Lou Jacobs, Cyndi Hart, Outcast Wrestling Revolution. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on the show. Honestly, I mean, I always get amazed when people drive from so far. Like, I got guys that come down from Maine. I'm like, just to do my show. I'm humbled and I'm honored. But before we get into the wrestling talk, I want to congratulate you both on your engagement. If you don't mind, would you share the moment with us?
Yeah, so we knew that we had wanted to get married for some time. My daughter had actually gotten in trouble, and I went through her phone and I saw his plan to propose to me at our June show. So he had to change up his plans, and not everybody knows he's an actor. So we had a red carpet premiere for a movie he was in, a stunt coordinator called Article 92. And he called me up on stage and proposed in front of all those people at the premiere. And my jaw nearly hit the floor. I was like, what? He said, I'm so tired of introducing you as my girlfriend. And I just was like, what? And then he said, he got down on his knee and said, will you marry me? And I was like, yes, is that a question?
Wow, that is awesome, guys. That's a great story. And luckily you shared the video with me, and I loved it. I even told you I loved the crack in his voice.
I did too.
I really did.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys keep saying there was a crack.
No, but not in a bad way. Like you were getting emotional. You sounded like you were getting a little emotional, which is obviously a good thing in a moment like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Yep.
But we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of fan questions.
Oh, yeah.
So let's start with those. Picture Dave Rodriguez, at Cyndi. I don't know why he puts at, but at Cyndi, what's something new you're learning as being a wrestling promoter?
So Bob Evans himself has taught me you are not your customer. And that has been the most useful piece of information I think I've run with.
Yeah.
At our shows, for instance, at intermission, I'll go around and talk to people and say, hey, what do you like about this show? Are you guys going to come back? Are you enjoying yourselves? And really getting a lot of feedback from them about stuff that, we can improve. It's helped us immensely. And I love that piece of information. Love Bob. Appreciate everything that he's done for us. Yeah.
Bob has done a lot for wrestling, too. A lot for wrestling. I still need to get him on here. All right. And at Lou, what's something you missed from being on the West Coast that was implemented on your shows?
So, and it's something that we're going to do, and we haven't had the right time to do it yet, but we're in the works of doing it. Revolution Pro, when I was back with them, they had a big tournament called Pride of the Mask.
Okay.
And I grew up lucha libre, American style and Japanese, all three. And lucha, and I don't know if people around here know, but it's such a big thing in Mexico.
Oh, culture.
Yeah, it is.
It's unbelievable.
And the Pride of the Mask was such a special thing. And I had a really good friend. His name was Rising Sun. And unfortunately, he passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
So what we're going to end up doing is make it an inaugural Rising Sun Pride of the Mask. So that will be coming a yearly tournament.
That's awesome. And it'll be all masked guys.
Yes.
That's awesome. You got an itchy barn. It's like the only masked guy around here so that I can think of.
Oh, I know. a
Is there
few.
more?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Like in
Good.
July, we're bringing in Soul Taker. He's a mask guy.
Is he from New York?
No, he's from. I know he's in XPW now.
I
I think he's in
California?
Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Texas, I
Mantequilla.
Nice.
He's another mask guy.
Mantequilla.
Awesome.
Even female talent, Sis Sasaki.
Yeah, that's true.
Love her. Anastasia Morningstar when she's back. You
Yeah.
know, I would love to get her back. She wrestled when I was running up in Massachusetts for a little bit for us, and
Yeah.
I was extremely impressed.
And friends of mine on the West Coast that I would love to bring out, SoCal Crazy, El Mariachi Loco, guys like that.
Very cool. All right, next question. It's not a question. It's from Patient 5150. I'm sorry. We don't have a question, but would like you to tell Cyndi that we will be seeing her soon. He's a scary looking dude.
He's horrifying. He almost unalived me at her last show. And our poor referee, Joe Talbot, he took the Black Mist to save me. The Buffs, they pulled me out of the ring and I ran. I'd never run so fast in my life. Usually if I'm running, you better run too, because that means something chasing me. In that case, something was. So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm still recovering from my back. Otherwise, I would have took care of him myself.
Right. Of course you would. Absolutely. But I would still be leery, though. That guy's a scary looking dude. Ken Watson. You know Ken?
Yep.
To both, what's your greatest accomplishment so far, and what would you hope to achieve in the future that is still within your grasp? Thanks, Ken.
Well, my greatest accomplishment is owning this company with the love of my life.
Nice.
It's a dream come true. Our last 50, we had about 200, 250 in between that number, and it's only growing and rising. My biggest goal is to get a crowd of 500 plus.
Nice.
That is my goal, and that I'm not going to stop until I do.
It's great. It's good to have goals, too.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's awesome that you get that many, because most companies start out with like 50.
Oh, yeah.
It's the truth, you know what I mean? I remember a kid called me up one day and said, hey, can I run something by you? And he kept saying, on my second show, and I kept saying, stop. Get through your first show and then worry about your second show.
Right.
You know, because I'm going to have 200 people there. I'm like, no, you're probably not. You know what I mean? But that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get a lot of people in a building.
And from where we came from when we started like that, you know, drawing 50 at
Yeah.
first, our first, second show, and then all of a sudden, bam, there we are.
I
But-
started seeing lines, but backed out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's
Yeah.
awesome, guys.
And
really
we also
is.
want to bring an experience to the fans that will bring them back. We very interactive. We do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff for the kids. We do a lot of charity work. That's another thing that
Right.
we're very bent on doing. And have it in our sights to do good for our community. So that's a big
awesome.
goal. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Anthony Mark Belkis, big wrestling fan.
Love that guy.
He's a great kid.
He is.
What matches are you looking forward to at WrestleMania 41? And second question, what are some of your goals in the company you own? So, I mean, you guys watch WWE a lot? Because not everybody does. So, okay.
We watch everything.
Good.
El Grande Americano. Come on. That's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be awesome. I know.
am
Him
so
and Ray.
Anything Rhea Ripley's in.
Yeah.
I also love Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, she is good.
She's
I like
fantastic.
her, too.
And she's so little.
And I'm a big Penta fan.
I like Penta, too.
I've been following Penta since Lucha Underground and for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I can't wait till he teams up with his brother.
Oh, I know.
You know, and eventually it's going to happen. But I'm wondering who's going to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Friday. Because I'm thinking if everyone that's not in Mania most likely is going to be in the Battle Royal. You would hope at least.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you would think, yeah.
To give, these guys some TV feedback or whatever. All right. Liz Savage. How many cats is too many cats, though? How many cats does Liz Savage have? Does she have a lot of cats?
I don't think so. I don't think she has a lot, but 8 is too many. I discussed this with her and him. We currently have 5. And we just got a little kitten. We have 3 dogs. We're big animal lovers. We have a pretty big house, so there's plenty of room for them all.
Right.
And I'm not one to turn away a kitten. And he just says yes.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
That is the truth, man. I mean, honestly, I'm not married yet to my significant other. We've been together for 20 years, and you did way better than me because it took her 14 years to get a ring.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not very nice, huh? I know, that wasn't nice. All right. Zach Lavelli. Do you know Zach?
Levelly. Yeah.
Levelly.
He's
See, all right.
actually going to be one of our commentators
nice.
permanently. We just brought him on with Alex
cool.
Aceta. So, yep.
Now, does he do something with Proving Ground too? Is he that commentator or something?
I believe
too, I think?
so, yes.
Okay. What's a match you're proud to have been able to book?
So I am proud, and I'm glad I was able to give this to PJ Savage.
I was gonna say.
And it was the PJ Savage versus B-Boy.
Wow.
Because I know PJ looks up to him.
Right.
PJ.
That's awesome.
And so PJ is a really good friend of mine. I love him to death.
Same.
And so to be able to give that to him,
Right.
it made me happy.
And
Nice.
I was really proud for the women equally because in our company, women are just as important.
Of course they are.
Sammy
Absolutely.
Chaos is, I just love her so much. And her match with Little Mean Kathleen was just one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I love Little Mean Kathleen. She's coming back in July. So I'm very excited about that.
Oh, yeah, my girlfriend's her favorite wrestler is Little Mean Kathleen. It is. And my girlfriend's not real. She doesn't hate wrestling, but she's not a huge fan, but she always liked Little Mean Kathleen.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Top 5 members of the OWR roster that you feel more people should know about and are going to really break out soon.
Now, I can think of, I'm not saying he's the top guy.
Right.
But there's a few in mind that I have. Ken Powers, but Giorgio Lawrence.
Yeah.
That kid is so good. His attitude is fantastic. He's
Excellent.
the whole package, has the right look, has the right technical skills, is good to his fans. I absolutely love that kid, and I cannot wait to bring him back either.
He's so good in the ring, too.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, Sammy Chaos is definitely my number one. She's my favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but 5150.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, like I said, if he wrestles anywhere as good as he looks as a wrestling fan looking at him, he's going to be good.
He's very good, but he's also so scary.
Well, yeah.
I'm scared of
He's
him.
coming to get you.
He told me.
Not me.
He told me to sleep with one eye open. I was like, how about I just don't sleep?
Yeah, that'd probably be a better idea not to go to sleep. You don't want him crawling in your windows.
I'm
and stuff.
paranoid he's going to do that. He's unhinged.
And I have to give credit to Steve Off. He's been a phenomenal champion. I super upset that I had to relinquish the title when I did because I got hurt.
Right.
But he's really stepped up and he's put that title on the map. So
Nice.
really happy with what he's doing.
Yep. Cade Lothbrock, that's another one. Absolutely love him. He's a great worker. He makes a great heel. He makes a great fit. Anything I've seen him in, I've really enjoyed.
Right.
So
Excellent.
those are people that really impress me on our roster. And there's plenty more.
Right.
I'm not saying
Of course.
there's
Yeah,
not
no, he
everybody.
just asked for 5, so that's good.
When you
good
throw
though.
5, it's so hard.
Oh, of course
Yeah.
it is. Of course it is. And that's no slight on anybody else. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, he has one more. Wildest road story since the two of you have been together. And how long have you guys been together?
About a year and a half.
Okay.
So this one's really funny. We're actually coming back home, and I had my daughter and her friend in the car, and this guy is riding him in the fast lane, and so he makes this motion at him, right?
Oh, yeah. I've done that before.
The guy was a cop. So the cop pulls him over, and he comes up. And he's like, why? You don't have to be an a-hole. And he was like, I'm only an a-hole to people who are a-holes to me first. And then the cop looks at him and goes, yeah, whatever, man. Quit jerking me off. And I just,
Jesus.
it's so funny.
But I guess he was in a hurry to be somewhere.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
he was like,
You're just busting your chop back.
Yeah.
And I was in the passing lane. I was passing and then was gonna get over, and apparently I was in his way.
And he was going too slow in the
And
fast
that was
lane,
a
I guess.
freaking cop, though. He must have been like, oh.
As soon as I put my head down, I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Right? Oh, that's awesome. And at the end, Zach said, hope that helped for the questions. Thanks, Zach. It did. Ray McDowell. Do you know Ray?
Buff Dad.
Okay, why am I so awesome? And why is Buff Inc. the best team ever? Laughing out loud.
So the reason my back hurts is because when we were in XWA, I had to carry him through all the tag matches we were in.
That's not
see.
true.
So,
It's not?
No.
I was going to believe him.
Don't believe
I wouldn't
that.
lie.
Buff Dad does enough on his own. He's awesome for that. And He's awesome, even more awesome because he's the OWR Tag Team Champion along with 2 Buff at Buff Inc.
Right. And he saved you.
They saved me.
I do
That's
love-
why they're
I
awesome.
do love the Buff Dad.
You gotta love him for that, at least, right?
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Vox Vina. Hi, first time, long time. It's like he's calling in a radio station. When do I get a title shot and take Steve off the posters?
So I actually, if Steve Off can get past Kate Lothbrok, I will consider that. Fox is another one that's very valued on our roster.
Right.
Another
good,
great
too.
worker.
He's
the
very
kids
good.
love him.
Oh,
Kids
yeah.
love him.
Oh, yeah.
He throws glow sticks and
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a great look, and
Yeah, he
he's very
does.
colorful. He looks like a highlighter in our videos
Yeah.
sometimes.
And he's
but
done some amazing things too. You
Yeah.
know, an NWA guy.
Yep.
I mean, he's
ROH.
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
AEW.
Definitely, yeah. And like you said, though, he's got that unique look, too. I love his look.
Yes.
You know, that's awesome. Okay, now when I talked to you about, ask you things that we could talk about that you'd like to talk about.
Sure.
And one of them was KGU Pro Wrestling?
Kaiju.
Kaiju. See, I'm
Yep.
sorry, guys. I butcher everything, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
Kaiju Pro Wrestling, yeah.
Yep. So that is owned by Ashley Seavey, who I work very close with, and he works very close with. She's also a very good friend. And Kaiju is woman owned, so you know right away us women have to stick together in this
Right.
business. It's
Absolutely.
a hard business for
Absolutely.
women. She has a great mind. She's cutthroat when she needs to be. And she's just an all-around fantastic person, and I just admire her so much.
Awesome. Very
And
cool.
she makes some amazing pepper relish.
Oh, does
Really?
she ever?
Oh, hot pepper relish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She
My
makes a lot of
grandson
things.
loves that
Oh, I put it
stuff.
on everything.
Oh, yeah, I
literally
would too.
everything.
I would too. All right. And how about Main Premier Wrestling?
Main Premier Wrestling, that's another one. Johnny Primer, Neil Day, and Megan Lovell. I think that's how you say it, their last name. Very close friends. We've been out there a couple times. They love us out there. We love them equally as much.
Nice.
But they are another promotion that's on the rise. They bring in a lot of names. They just had Cruel. They've had
Oh, wow.
a bunch of
Ken Anderson.
Ken
Really?
Anderson was at.
Wow, I didn't even know Ken was still like doing indies and stuff.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I know he has a wrestling school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We love them.
And I can't wait to get back over there.
Oh yeah.
Now, when do you think you could come back?
I don't know.
It's still like a while.
I'm able to work out again.
Yeah.
So that's been good.
Good.
I'm hitting the ropes again. I'm getting back in the ring, and I'm kind of taking it slow right now, but
Right.
you know, only time will tell.
Okay. Awesome. All right. And I love this guy.
Yeah.
I've known him for over 20-something years. New World Wrestling Extreme, James Allen. I love Troop. Like,
Yes.
literally, I've known him so long.
We love him too.
oh, I
equally as
can
much.
tell.
So I love NWW, and we work there first as heels because I do manage him when he's
Oh, okay.
wrestling. I also have been rolling around admittedly again a
Really?
little bit.
Okay.
I used to train. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
So I used to train. So now we're over at NWWE. We're heels, and I made a little fan over there. And she's this little girl, and she was yelling so much flack at me. You're
Right.
a cheater at this and that. And I'm just giving it right back to her. And at intermission, something told me, go find this little girl with a pair of Hart sunglasses. Give her a pair of Hart sunglasses. So I found her, and she was scared of me at first
Right.
because, we're so mean.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, no, come here. Give me a high five. I was like, you're awesome, and you've been the best little fan tonight. I want you to have these as a token of my gratitude.
That's awesome.
Ever since then, that little girl asks about me every time. Are
Right.
they going to be there? She asked her mom. Her mom has actually messaged me personally to ask,
That's
which is
pretty
a good
cool.
feeling.
And I'm grateful to Troop because he's given me some really good matches over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
The very
Cahagas.
first match I ever had there was Cahagas.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And which is the second NWA World Champion that I've ever wrestled.
And who was the first?
R-Truth.
Oh, Truth. Nice.
Yes, when I was signed with XPW, I got to wrestle against R-Truth.
Wow.
And me and him started the match, actually. It was pretty good.
That's awesome because I love R-Truth. He's the funniest. He's
So
the
funny.
funniest guy, right? I swear to God, they should just keep him there till he can't walk or whatever because he's always going to be
Oh, yeah.
funny.
He's
Yeah.
hilarious in person.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
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 I love the thing when he was in the ring when he's talking about throwing him out of the Royal Rumble and everybody, they think he's talking to Brock Lesnar and he's like, yeah, Paul Heyman. And Heyman's like, what are you talking about? And that's another guy, though, that's amazing, right? Paul Heyman. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
watch just the facials, the
Yes.
expressions. That guy's unbelievable.
Another one of my
I
heroes.
saw a cartoon thing on Facebook, and it was it was him and what is the American Luchador?
Americano.
Yeah, the
Grande.
American.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know it's you, John Cena.
Yeah. And I used to like Santino when he would always say the guys by the rock, John Cena. You know, and then he would say everybody's name wrong, but he would do it in a really funny way. I mean,
yeah.
So I got to do a fun promo with him. I was
you
doing
really?
I was doing a Russian character.
Yeah.
And me and him were going back and forth in this video, and we couldn't understand each other because of our accents.
yeah. That's wild. That is pretty cool. All right, and why don't you tell us a little about your wrestling school?
Okay, well, it is called the Outcast Training Layer, and we are always accepting new students. We start as young as 15 with parental consent and the proper paperwork.
Right.
We run the school right off our property. We work around pretty much anyone's schedule, so even if you can't make a training class for the day, if you
Yeah.
want to come in and get one-on-one time, we're very open to that. We've been running pretty much since we started OWR.
Nice.
And it's been awesome. Our training sessions are so fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're bringing in seminars. So we had
Right.
B-Boy
B-Boy,
run
yeah.
a seminar, which was
Right.
phenomenal.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
So much knowledge from him.
Yeah.
And then we're
Again, Bob Evans has offered to do a seminar to help benefit our wedding.
Oh, wow.
And he said he would donate all the proceeds to us for that.
Bob is a really nice guy, man.
My parents passed away last year.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. My mom, she was my best friend. If she was still here, she would be helping me with all
Right.
of this. And she's not, so it's been hard.
Yeah,
And
course.
but it was so amazing and overwhelming to get all the love from the roster,
Yeah.
just for them to be like, oh, we will come and help you. It's not even a question.
Right.
And it just like warmed my heart so much. And Bob doing that, I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I was
Of
like,
course.
this man, he's the best.
Bob is
human.
he really is awesome. Can I tell you the first time I saw Bob Evans?
Yeah.
He did this gimmick, centerfold Bob Evans, and he was taking pictures of himself with a disposable camera. I swear to God.
amazing.
And he was wrestling for Lobster Man. It was at the Hudson Lions Hall. I'll never forget. The Eliminators were on that show.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
my
They just got
gosh.
back from Memphis. Oh yeah, but Bob is awesome.
He is.
He does so much for professional wrestling.
And for us,
yeah.
I took his promoters class, and that's how
smart, yeah.
That's how we are blooming right now. And I credit
Right.
him all of it. He
Yeah.
says that you did the work, and I just guided you, but really, he's done a lot for us. And
Oh, I'm sure,
I
yeah.
acknowledge and appreciate him so much.
That's awesome. I do know because he does all that stuff. He does
Yeah.
different types of seminars and stuff. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And he's got one of the best minds of
Yes.
anybody in independent wrestling.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
That man's
Yep.
a genius.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, tell us about your debut show. And when was your debut show?
So our debut show, because it was a company that kind of transformed into what we are now.
Yeah, I was running this like little bar show up at
Okay.
the American Legion in Feeding Hills with somebody, and my business partner and I didn't end up working out because he just wanted different things than I did, and it cost me a lot of money. So when him and I started dating, we both shared our dreams with each other. This is what I want to do, and he's like, this is what I want to do, and I was like, oh, so we had a lot of common ground.
Yeah.
I moved in June, and I think our debut show was in July.
It was something around there.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, we
believe
didn't
it's
have a
July.
very huge crowd.
Right.
Of course, because
Of course,
just
when
starting.
you first started. I mean,
And-
believe me,
And for
I
me-
understand it's hard.
And for me, it's a new town where I just moved to
Right.
a whole new state, and I don't know anybody down
Right.
here.
I mean, and you
down
were
there.
promoting in Massachusetts, and it's
Right.
different in different places.
Yes.
There's no doubt.
And it's a town that didn't have wrestling at all.
Right.
Wow,
Yep.
really?
Yep.
That's a good place to grow wrestling, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
right there.
on top of that, we
Yeah.
run at Ledyard Middle School, which is where my daughter goes to school.
Yep.
So we have very strong community ties there.
That's awesome.
The schools have been very gracious to us, and we are, equally as gracious to them
Right.
for allowing us to do that.
And we run right next to the military base, so
Right.
it's right next to the Navy base.
Very
so,
cool.
We're trying to just spread the awareness that
Yeah.
we're here for the Navy guys that are there.
Right.
Because a lot of them are sub students and things like that, and so they're in school and they don't have a lot to do.
Right.
And our shows are a nice, safe place for them to go because there's no alcohol or anything like that, so they can't get in trouble.
Right.
And they can get a little rowdy and yell, and everything at our wrestlers.
And every show we've started actually giving away free tickets to the veterans.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Just a few, but just
That's good, though.
Yeah, so we put
take care of them.
We put a few tickets up on VetTix, so the veterans can get on VetTix and get some of our tickets for free.
That's fantastic. And I really like hearing you working with schools because I work in a school. I work in an elementary school.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I love my kids at my school, some more than others. I
Yep.
will say that. The fourth grade is not very nice this year, the fourth grade.
I bet they're not.
They're not. The fifth grade for the first time is better than the fourth grade.
So my son is in kindergarten and he's 6. His name is Jericho. He's autistic and has ADHD.
Okay.
Not always the easiest kid, but he's so sweet. And I
Right.
just appreciate all the love now because I know when he's 18, he's probably going to hate me. So.
No, he's not. But honestly, that the teachers that like at least at my school, I can just say are so nice. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm sure they are. I mean, it takes a special person to be a teacher.
Yes, absolutely.
It really does.
It really does.
Patience.
Yeah.
You know, no judging on it.
I used to work in group homes, taking care of developmentally disabled individuals. I've dealt with everything from Down syndrome, autism to sociopaths and all kinds of stuff. And it was not easy work. And dealing with that in children is even worse because children cannot control their emotions at that age, especially with disabilities such as that. And I'm learning that with my son and learning how to take different approaches to him, even having experience doing that.
Right.
So
my girlfriend has a special needs daughter, and she was living with us for a while, but then she got violent. And would sucker punch me and want to break my TV. So now she lives elsewhere. You know what I mean? And we're grateful for the people that she lives with because they're so patient with her.
Oh,
They
yeah.
say the same thing to her. Okay, Nicole, no problem. Okay, Nicole, you know what I mean? Over, and then finally Nicole just forgets about it. Like she ain't getting the reaction she's looking for.
Yes.
So she'll just go in her room.
And everybody's
you know?
different, and each individual you have to handle it in different ways. I've had to restrain individuals in my line of work.
I had to restrain her. She was punching me.
I bet, yeah.
You know what I
Not
mean?
gonna let her punch you.
No, but I love her and I miss her. I wish she could live with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really do.
But there comes a time where it's more beneficial for her and her best interest, and that's what you need.
100%.
And you clearly have, and that's admirable. So.
Yeah, and I love her so much. I do. And she loves me too, when she's not hitting me. All right. So I got to tell you this. I got a friend request before patient 5150 made that thing, and I was looking at him and stuff. But and like I was saying, he looks like a scary guy. Can you tell us though what he's about? Like, I mean,
he is about violence, destruction. He is a mental patient. His backstory is he comes from an asylum.
wow.
And he, like I've stated so many times, he is very scary. He scares me, and not many things on this planet scare me. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. He scares me. He told me to sleep with one eye open. Like I said, I'm asleep, not sleeping. Just so paranoid. He's coming after me all the time now.
To me, he is the physical manifestation of a comic book villain.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Does he have a manager or anything?
No.
No, so he does all his talking himself.
He doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk
Kind
much?
of just yells.
And he always refers to as we.
We.
As if there's multiple people in his head
Right.
talking to him at the same time.
Yeah. This whole time I should have been calling him they.
I'm telling you, I'm interested in seeing this guy.
Don't be
I
mad
gotta
at
come
me.
to one of your shows.
I would love if he would come down. You are
I
always
definitely,
welcome.
me and my buddy Dave, we'll come down to a show for sure.
June 14th, next date.
Oh,
June
that's gonna-
14th?
That's
June
going to be an
14th.
amazing show.
Amazing
Okay.
show. We got Richard Holiday versus Mickey Midas.
Oh, wow.
Pylon King versus Danny O'Ryan, who is a kid from Texas who was up on the rise, has also been on AEW.
Right.
Fantastic ability.
You say
in that
Kylon
ring.
King?
Kylon
Yeah.
King.
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Which I helped train.
Oh, really?
He did.
Nice.
He's a product of Paul Roma and Mario Mancini.
Right, and Dustin is too, correct? Is Dustin
Yes.
from there too? And Brad Baylor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All
And
three.
at the time, I was helping train over there, and I got to work with Kai
Wow.
and Flash and
Yeah.
Haven, and I love everything that they're doing right now. I'm so proud of those guys.
Yeah, they really are good, man. And Baylor's making waves now with the NXT.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that match?
I didn't see the
I saw
match,
clips.
but I did
It was
see clips,
awesome,
yeah.
man. They did very well. Yeah, they lost the match, but I mean, they took on the tag team champs. You know what I mean?
They're new, you know?
But they were really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious, dude. They really look good.
I feel like he should be very proud of himself.
Oh,
really, very proud
What's
of himself.
he, 20 years old? Something like that?
Very
Maybe?
young.
He's very
Well, Ricky
young, yeah.
Smokes is a little older than Brad.
Yeah.
By a couple years, but Ricky's young too. I mean, he can't be older than 25 in my opinion. I don't think he is.
Yeah.
And I heard Brad was like 20.
Yeah, he's young. I know we were at PAPW one night because we were close with Mario and Paul as well, and he was arguing with my daughter because my daughter was calling him a chicken. She's 12, and she's like, chicken. And he finally, in the parking lot, was like, well, I still won. So just give her flag. It was great. I love that interaction with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Brad's a good kid.
He's a great kid.
And I love the little hit the hand thing they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everything they do is pretty cool. And I love seeing local guys make it. I mean,
Me too.
it's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Me
you
too.
know?
We're hoping that some of our local guys
Yeah,
from our
I'm
school
sure. Yeah,
make it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
It
That's
is.
right.
Why don't we we have a woman on the show this week?
Yeah.
Why don't we talk some women's wrestling, guys, a little
Okay.
bit?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, right now, women's wrestling is better than it's ever been.
Yep.
And it's always been, I'm a fan of women's wrestling anyways, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's take like the WrestleMania match, the title match between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair trying to win that title from Io Sky.
Mm-hmm.
All three of them, in my opinion, are phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know, are you guys looking forward to seeing that match?
Absolutely. I'm actually hoping that Io retains so that she gets her WrestleMania moment because
Yeah.
Bianca's had hers, Rhea's had hers.
You're right.
Io hasn't had
Yeah.
hers yet. I want Io to retain that
Yeah.
title. You go, girlfriend, with your bad self.
I hope that it could happen.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
that good.
She is.
She really
And-
is.
and
I don't
they
care
keep-
how what the size she is. She's phenomenal.
Right, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
keep pushing her out of the way like she's nothing. That's
Oh.
their mistake. They're going to underestimate her.
Yeah.
And she's going to come, and
Yeah.
you know that's my prediction anyway for this.
And Bianca and Rhea's got to be going, butting heads so much you could sneak right in behind them, take them out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's the thing about Io too. Is she doesn't even need to sneak.
No, she does- she's
doesn't.
great.
She is fantastic.
She really is.
I really admire her. That's another one that I really look up to. She's
Okay.
great.
How about we'll just go to AEW for a minute. Did you guys see the Mariah May Tony Storm bloodbath?
I saw a lot of clips about it.
Oh,
That was pretty crazy.
I watched that match. No Word of Life should have ended that show.
Yes.
That's how
Yeah.
good it was.
Yes.
It was 100% the main event, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I've always liked Tony Storm
Me
anyway.
too. I love
always.
her gimmick.
Yep, from NXT UK, I've been watching her.
Wow,
So
okay.
for a while, like I pay attention to a lot of wrestling. I might
Right.
be a female in this business, but I do my homework.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
And I mean, you have to.
Yes.
You
Oh,
of
know,
course,
especially
yeah.
being promoters, you have to look, you have to watch the product
Yeah.
and see what is
Yep.
going on and what people like. And
100%.
Yep.
Absolutely. And, all right, she used to be named Sasha Banks, right? And now she's Mercedes Moné. And a lot of people are saying that she's not as good as she used to be. She's sloppy or whatever. What do you guys think?
So actually, she's a friend of mine.
Okay.
I used to be really good friends with her husband, her ex-husband now, Mikazi.
Yeah.
He was a good friend of mine for a long time. I absolutely love her, but I have to say, we're all getting older. We're not young spring chickens
True.
anymore. So, with age comes a little bit of sloppiness. And I'm not saying it's bad on her or anything.
Right.
I still love and respect everything she's done. She's done things that some women couldn't imagine doing in wrestling.
not in a million years. And I wasn't saying that to be completely down on her because she's very talented.
Yes.
But those AEW fans are very fickle.
yeah.
Wicked.
Oh, I've noticed.
Wicked. I mean, these kids post on Facebook all these things, and it's just ridiculous. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I've seen it come down to threats and making fun of people for the way they look.
Yeah.
And that's not how we roll at all.
No,
Like somebody
me either.
starts that garbage with me and I'm just going to block and ignore
Right.
because I don't
People don't
tolerate
understand, like, having another product like that at that level is phenomenal for us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Gives more people jobs.
Exactly.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, it gives a chance for the Dustin Wallers, the Kylon Kings, you know, to reach that level.
Absolutely.
And
get
there's
seen.
more positions. There's more spots now.
Right.
Absolutely. And I, again, like you said, though, I like AEW. I like a lot of it.
Yeah.
But there's just some that I really can't take. Like I'm just not a Young Bucks
with you.
fan. At all. I'm sorry. I know you must know them
I
from the
came up with
West
them.
Coast. I know. I'm sorry.
I came up with them. Yes,
But
I love the
I've just
Bucks.
never been a fan of them.
Nick
you
and
know?
Matt, I love those guys.
Hey, that's cool. That's awesome. You know what I mean? You're their friend, so that's cool. I have nothing against that. I've just never been really a big fan of them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's understandable.
I like MJF.
I like MJ.
I used to
too.
like Adam Cole, but now he looks too small to me. Like, he doesn't look believable anymore in a way. I don't know.
That's what injuries will do to you, though. Because you see this, that's what put me
The
out.
thing is, too, though, if you watch the old UFC, right? Royce
Right.
Gracie.
Oh, yeah.
Royce Gracie wasn't huge either.
Right, no.
But he would take down some monsters.
Yeah, he would.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
100% right. All right. What about what just happened on SmackDown between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton shooting on each other? I think they really were shooting on each other.
That's what it seemed like. And
know
I was absolutely mind blown
Yeah.
when Tiffany Stratton
With-
came out with that
with
about
the
her
0 and
first
3?
0 and 3.
Oh, I was like, wow, you're going to be just like your dad or something. I'm like,
She said, "You
wow.
will
what,
always
though?
ride the coattails of your father." Is what she
Yeah.
said. You
Yes.
will always come second to your dad.
It makes phenomenal TV. though.
Absolutely.
It does.
Because
Absolutely.
now everybody wants to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Charlotte thought that the fans weren't going to turn on her. They right now, at least in that building, they had a lot of Tiffany Stratton fans.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually,
They really did.
if you notice when Charlotte came back, she actually got booed right away, and
Yeah.
she was not coming back like
Right.
in as a heel.
Right.
So
I
that
think they were mad that they gave her the Rumble right away on his first. You know what I mean? That's what I think. A lot of the fans felt.
probably. But in my
You know?
opinion, Charlotte deserves it.
She's
she works
awesome.
her hiney off, and I respect that. I respect her work ethic, the effort that she puts into making herself have the look, the athletic ability,
Yep.
everything about her, and how many injuries she's
Right.
come back from.
Yes.
And still, it's like she never missed a beat.
Yeah.
In
No,
my
not at all.
opinion,
She's so good.
so
And
good.
she's had good matches with almost everyone.
Yes.
So I expect this match with Tiffany should be really
It's going to
good.
be fire because Tiffany's good too.
Yeah.
She's
she
great.
really came up quick too.
She did.
Like, you
Money
know?
in the Bank real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really happy to see that actually because it's different and that's
Yeah.
what the product needed was
Yep.
freshness. Something
Absolutely. And what do you guys think about the tag team that Swipe Right just took on Axiom and Nathan Frazier? Because I think they're going to be called up soon.
I think
really
so too.
do.
I
Yeah.
think so too. They're really good.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's only a matter of
me
time.
too. I like them guys too. So and they were, wasn't Axiom a kid or something like that in NXT UK, something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, he was something like
He didn't
that,
have a
yeah.
mask.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
His mask reminds me of if you remember this guy Teneblas.
Oh yeah.
From AAA.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Matter of fact, there's pictures of Jeff Costa when he brought his boys over to Mexico with him. All right, last couple of females we'll talk about. I like this threesome, and I think she's so funny. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Alba Fry.
I absolutely love Chelsea Green.
Me too.
I love her so much. And you know what? I started liking when they started doing the Chelsea Green when she comes to the ring.
Yeah.
That used to crack me up. But Chelsea Green's a phenomenal talent. She has worked with some of the best.
Oh, absolutely.
And, like Penta. She had a match with Penta.
I know.
And that match was amazing.
Yeah,
Blew
yeah.
the roof off the place. And,
And Io. Io Sky was in
yeah,
Lucha
Io too,
Underground
yep.
too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. But so I just think she's so funny. Everything she does, you know what I mean? Whether it's when she gets in the ring, she has good matches.
Yes.
But throws in the comedy too, which honestly, in my opinion, I love comedy in wrestling.
Yeah.
Not in every match. You know what I mean? Like
we like it too.
I like to see it in a wrestling show. You know, a technical match, a brawl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A women's match. I used to like to watch the midgets wrestle. You know, or the little people, whatever you want to call them.
Listen.
In wrestling, they're called midgets. That's
Yes.
all I know.
Yes, they are. She called Michael Coleslaw one time, and I have not called him anything ever
Oh,
since.
that's awesome. That is
Michael Coleslaw to
awesome.
me.
And she's so good at just getting under your skin.
I love
Right.
it.
Like she's
I love
got
it.
that.
Yeah.
really-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she married to Matt Cardona too, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The old
Yep.
Zack Ryder, for anybody that doesn't know.
Woo woo woo.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry, but I can't believe they haven't brought him back.
I know.
Yeah.
I
They're
know. With his
bringing
look.
guys back. I would have brought him back by now, and I would have put him right like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And he's
Honestly.
doing so many phenomenal things like outside of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he runs a school too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how good he got over with the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Just with that Long Island Z show. I mean,
Yep.
literally. I think the WWE told him, you got to calm that down, honestly, because it was taking off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it stopped.
Yeah.
Got to wonder why.
Well, a certain corporate boss is not involved anymore, so
Well,
I think they're getting way better.
Thank God. Listen, I will say this. Thank God he's not, but without him, I don't know. I loved wrestling my whole life since
Me
I was
too.
7 years old. And Vince was my first play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll always love Vince for showing me wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's personal feelings aside,
Right,
and this is
right.
the business side.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. Oh, and I mean,
business side.
I wouldn't want him around my daughters.
Absolutely not.
You know what I
No.
mean?
No.
Like with you, I'd want, keep 51, 58 more. I'd keep Vince away from my daughters.
But Hunter's doing, oh my gosh.
Isn't it
Hunter's-
amazing?
Amazing.
His mind for wrestling is so good.
He's from Nashville, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know his parents and his sister. My ex-wife, my youngest's mother, used to work with her. She runs
wow.
a school.
Oh, wow.
And I actually saw her like 2 years ago. Her husband had passed, Gordon.
Oh.
Really great guy. She went in to take a shower. She came out of the shower. He was on the floor, and his son was doing CPR. And he passed away. It was so sad. But I saw her in the store, and she stopped me because my ex-wife don't work with her anymore. So she was asking me about my daughter, and I was like, "Well," I said, "I can't believe you remembered me." And she said, "I'll always remember you. You and Jeannie and Sarah, of course."
Oh.
It was just really nice.
That's so nice.
And their parents used to come to a pizza place I worked at for like 12 years every Monday.
Wow.
They're very nice people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Well, guys, we got like 17 minutes. Let's play the name game.
Oh. Okay.
I pick names from guys that you guys have booked, guys that
Okay.
are on your shows. We don't have to talk about Bob because we gave him enough love.
I'll give him all the love.
I don't have
All the love.
I like it, Bob. You're a great guy.
Infinitely.
These two have been on the show a couple times. Mighty Bosch and Sid Morgan. Love them.
We love Mighty Bosch. The kids love the superhero.
Yeah, they do.
And actually, one of our feedback that we got in a message was saying that her from the lady who actually works in the commissions office for the school that we go to make our payments for the
Right.
venue. She went to the show with her daughter, and her daughter was obsessed with Bosch. She said,
Yeah.
he was
Nice.
what she took away from that show. So seeing that's part of that feedback that we got to
Yeah.
bring Bosch back now.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And Bosch is great.
Yeah,
He is.
he is.
I mean, I can't say enough about him. He's phenomenal in the ring.
Yeah,
he
he is.
knows he's super smart in there. He takes care of people.
Yep.
But he's so good.
He is
And
good.
I think he's underrated.
I
think so,
agree.
too.
I agree too. Yeah, he doesn't get the push he should really get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not push, whatever. Yeah, the recognition.
And I
guess.
love the Raven Queen because me, I'm a little bit witchy, but I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love for Sid Morgan.
No doubt, she's awesome.
She is. Yeah.
All right, how about on Dante? I hope I don't.
Dante
butcher-
Farmito.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. See, I was gonna call him Farmito. That's what I would have said. I really would have. That's how, sometimes I write it the way I would look at it and see it.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
not the right spelling.
So that kid is up on the rise as well, and he's also a phenomenal worker. His technical abilities are great. We do plan on bringing him back in July or June.
He's in June. He's coming
June
back.
14th. He'll be back with us.
And we haven't announced that match yet.
No, we haven't, but here we are. Here's a surprise.
Yay!
Jazz fingers.
Breaking news.
And I'm so sorry, Dante.
Dante's going against 51.
Oh,
50.
dude, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, Dante. Rip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dante, man, I hope you survive.
But I tell you what, Dante is a kid that is doing it the right way.
Yes.
He showed up our shows and he helped out.
Yep.
With Ring Crew and
Nice.
From
everything
Jersey,
else,
by the way.
Really?
All 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Tries
Yeah.
to help
That's
show up
awesome.
with Ring
and
Crew.
wasn't even on the show.
Right.
Yep.
He did that. Him and Dylon.
Dylon Woodward.
Okay.
And so they both showed up. They helped out. They drove all that way.
Yep.
And we put them on the next show.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And it's great that, like, guys, you hear that if you're a young worker, go to shows, help set up, help break down. I mean,
Yeah.
really, and you'll never know. And bring your gear.
Yep.
Always
Bring
bring
your
gear.
gear. I'll tell you a little quick story about that. Alec Price. I was going to Beyond shows.
Oh, yep.
And I didn't get to go every Thursday night because I work and I'm old and I don't want to stay out after 9:30 at
I
night.
feel that.
So I went to a couple and Alec was just coming and showing up. And then all of a sudden we didn't go for like 5 weeks. And then we show up and he had the spotlight match that night.
Oh, yep.
And it was unbelievable. And then from that night, everybody at the fans booed him and like not good boo. Like, because he, he's on the thinner side.
Yeah.
People didn't know, how good he was.
Right.
By the next time he went, he was the #1 wrestler in the company. Beating everybody and
Nice.
having killer matches and
Awesome.
the fans
Yep.
absolutely loving him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks can be very deceiving in wrestling.
Yeah.
Don't
Alec
judge
is
a
a
book.
really good wrestler.
We bring in this one guy named Paradox, and Paradox, he's a small guy. He's lucha style.
Yep.
Fantastic worker. I would put him on our shows any day, and people take one look at him and brush him off because, like I said, he's a small guy. That's where people mess up because
Right.
then they see him in the ring, they're like, oh, that's actually really
Yeah.
good, And,
Yep.
And he came to us a reference from a guy that I know named Rudy Rogers out of Arizona.
Okay.
And then Brian Kendrick recommended him as well.
Nice.
And he's phenomenal. He's so phenomenal.
Did you meet Billy Anderson when you were in California? Billy Anderson?
Bill
Flying?
Anderson?
Yeah, Billy Anderson.
I know who he is.
I guess he had a fall, man. His leg is like 3 times the size. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So nice. I talked to him here and there, you know what I mean? He's a good guy. He did a lot in wrestling, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
The names that I've come across,
Right.
especially at that time when I came up,
Yeah.
it'd blow your mind.
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe it. All right. And you just talked about Paradox, so he was right there. So,
Look at me.
all right. This guy's a mean person. Unless he's a babyface by now, but I doubt he'll ever be a babyface. Dan DeMann. I don't think do you guys think you could ever be a babyface?
He is a baby
He
face
is?
at a different company,
Wow.
CWF. It's that little, my old business partner runs it. But I used to be a huge Mission fan.
Yeah.
I used to support them. And then Dan tried to walk away with my daughter at a show. And I said, sir, I was on crutches because I had a leg injury. I stood up and I said, sir, where do you think you're going with my daughter? He turned around and he said, I'm bringing her to fight for me. I said, you can get out of here.
Yeah.
And the whole place went, oh. And from that point on, I have not been a Dan the Man fan.
I would be. I never was a Dan the Man fan. No offense, Dan, but now I don't like him even more.
I
Yeah.
will say this about him, though. He does have the gift of gab.
He does.
And he's a pretty good worker, too. I'll give him that, too. He really
I'll
is.
give-
I mean, the guy can work.
I will never discredit his talent.
Right.
He is very talented. He's just a jerk.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised to hear that he was a babyface somewhere, because I never thought Dan the Man could be one. So I apologize, Dan.
Right.
All right, you brought him up earlier. PJ Savage.
One of my absolute favorites. He is our Ground Zero champion, which is our second most prestigious title
Right.
after our heavyweight championships. He has represented our company so well. He has brought his title everywhere with him to other promotions in Jersey, New York. He's wrestled some names, Jacob Fatu.
Wow.
Yep. And so he's on the rise as well. And I believe he has also in the past had a WWE tryout. And he's working hard towards getting back to that. So,
Right.
and that's great. I love the kid. I can't say enough good things about it. I shouldn't call him the kid. He's probably my age or older.
I love PJ. We first met at XWA.
Yeah.
I've actually
That T Phoenix?
no,
that's RWA. I'm
that was
sorry.
Mike Antonucci.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
And we've actually wrestled each other, and it was hard hitting, and he hits very hard.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And I've respected him ever since. And I love the dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
We do. Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy Lacroix. Did I say it right? Lacroix. How do you say it?
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
No, it's not even. It's LaCroix.
Lacroix.
Croix.
All right. So is he from Canada?
I have no idea where he's
Yeah.
from.
That's definitely a French-Canadian name for
he's
sure.
come out with a maple leaf on him before, so
Oh,
I
that is
believe.
true,
I
Oh,
believe
man.
so.
I feel bad for him because the Maple Leafs haven't won the Stanley Cup since like 1947.
Good. He shouldn't win anything either.
What?
They're not going to win it anytime soon. They don't have the gold.
Honestly, I love everything Jeremy's doing right now.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
I think he's one of the top heels in New England.
Yep, and he is our I-91 champion,
Yes.
which is that title. It represents, because I'm from Massachusetts and I moved to Connecticut, and that is the highway that connects the two
Yeah,
states. So it's
you're right.
sentimental to me.
Yeah.
And
And it's your title, so you can name whatever you want. And that is a really good name. I swear it is.
Yeah, I thought so. And he just won it at our last show from Casey Lycan, actually. So
Okay.
it was a pretty good match. He deserved it. He absolutely deserved it. He got booed out of the place after, but he deserved it.
But I've been thrown around by him too, and
Yeah.
his technical skills are up
Nice.
And he's only getting better.
there. Yeah.
Nice. I just feel bad that he's a Maple Leafs fan. How about your heavyweight champ, Steve Off?
I love Steve Off. There's an ongoing joke, you can't beat Steve Off. It's a terrible joke, but it's an ongoing thing.
I chuckled.
We love, we do too. We laugh about it all the time.
I'm so disappointed that I couldn't wrestle him and that I got hurt. I want to wrestle him so bad when I come back. So
I'm sure you will.
I'm hoping he's ready
Yeah.
because when I'm ready, I'm planning on taking that belt back. I
Nice.
respect him and I respect everything he's doing.
Yep.
And I love everything he's doing. He's representing our company very, very well. But I'm going to give him a fight when we come back.
Nice. That is awesome. And your tag team champs, you're the savior of yourself from
My savior.
5150, Buff Inc.
Buff, I can't say enough good things about those guys.
Now, one's Ray McDowell, right?
Yep.
And what's the other one?
Nick McDowell.
Two Buff. Nick McDowell.
Oh, yeah. Two
Are they brothers?
No,
Father and son.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
And we love them. We love the zebra print. I actually got pants that match them and earrings that match them. And my nails right now are actually in honor of them. So
Nice.
because I'm so grateful that they
Right.
saved me from violence.
I go back a long time with them.
Do you?
For years. Me and Buff Dad were actually in a tag team called the Old Age Outlaws,
Okay. Oh.
which was a spoof on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool, though, the Old Age Outlaws. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. This is a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So I got some more names here. Jermaine Marbury, who's really been impressive the last year or so.
He's impressed me from day one. Everybody knows my love for Benny the basketball. I actually accidentally cost him a match one time because I was taking pictures with Benny outside of the ring.
yeah.
And he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It's Benny." And he's like, "I don't care." I'm like, "He's a national treasure." And everybody else understood, but
Right.
he's still mad about it.
He's not a national treasure.
He is.
He's a mascot.
I love Benny.
Yeah, he is a mascot.
Jermaine is phenomenal, though.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
And something I would really like to see is a good friend of mine, the Human Tornado versus Jermaine Marbury. I think that would be an impressive, just a phenomenal match with what
Has
they
he
can
been
do.
working again?
He is, yes.
Really? Because I used to talk to him on Facebook years ago. Because he would, I would post stuff and he'd like them and stuff. He was
He's a really good friend of mine.
Yeah, and I loved his gimmick, man, as a pimp. He would, he'd do the kicks in the corner and he'd be,
Oh, yeah.
shit. That was awesome, man.
He's funny. He's so funny.
How about El Guapo Grande?
So he hasn't been on any of our shows recently, but I do like him. I've seen what he's about, and he's very agile for a big guy. And I like his in-ring stuff. He's got good footwork. He's pretty impressive, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Anything to add?
No, that's pretty much something.
Okay.
And he's guapo.
We talked a little bit about Little Me and Kathleen. How about someone that she sometimes tag teams with? Teddy
Goods. Oh, I would love to get Teddy Goods on OWR.
No doubt, man.
I would love
I
to
think
get
he
him.
retired, though.
Yeah,
I think he had his
He
last
did.
match. He was very talented, and I was very shocked that he didn't get signed when Biff got signed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really was shocked.
I was shocked about
Yeah,
that. too.
I've only met him a couple of times, but yeah, phenomenal.
Wicked good work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a good promoter, too. He packs every show he has. He's got over 200 people at all his shows.
Yeah, which is amazing.
It is. It's amazing. All right, how about Tiffany Avatar?
The Candy Crush Princess. She's actually the #1 contender for Sammy Chaos's Platinum Championship right now. So she has worked her way up. She actually won a fatal 4-way elimination match for that #1 contendership. We're looking very forward to seeing that match and seeing what she can bring to the table and how she can stir the pot a little bit. And if she's capable, it seems like the odds are stacked against her. With Sammy Chaos, all the odds are always stacked against you.
Right.
But who knows? You know, she might be able to pull one out.
Awesome. All right. How about Lucas Chase?
Oh, wow.
I like Lucas. Lucas,
I do too.
Lucas is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And mine.
He wrestled for WFA quite a bit. I don't know if he still is, but he
Yeah.
definitely was.
But I remember before he went to go and train with Dustin, and since he's been doing that, oh my gosh, he's been on a tear.
Really?
And I mean, the things that he's done, he's lost a ton of weight. He looks phenomenal now.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say enough good things
He's a
about
good sized kid, too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He really is. Like I said, I saw him work for WFA up in Concord.
And that's another one that hits very hard.
Yeah.
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 All right. How about Dirtbag Dan?
I love Dirtbag Dan. He actually was on one of my Bristol shows, and he ruined my birthday cake.
What
He ruined my birthday
he
cake.
didn't throw it in your face.
No, he smashed it on Q instead. Q the ref.
Oh, poor Q. Oh,
There's a
poor
picture,
Q.
and I'm doing the in the back, and Q just looks so mad with cake on his head.
Oh,
and
I
I'm
can
just
imagine.
like,
He looks grumpy all the time anyway.
He does?
He does.
He's
No,
so-
no offense, Q. No offense.
I'm gonna buy him a Snickers because he's not quite himself when he's hungry.
But he does look mean.
I've been on the bad end of Dirtbag Dan's
Really?
of his
Tirades.
his little armpit thing.
Oh no!
God,
Oh no!
that must stink.
Terrible.
I would not want to be
Terrible.
there.
The old nasty boy thing.
Oh, goodness.
And there's streaks on his underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
There's streaks.
I was not happy at the moment. It was.
Yeah, that must have been pretty
I don't know why they
gross.
allow him to do that.
Right. How about we'll go with the female? Nicole Matala.
I love her.
She's awesome.
She is awesome.
Really.
Very hard hitting
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
She's somebody that I feel like is up on the rise too.
I do too.
Yep.
She's very good.
We love. I had her on a couple of the Bristol shows that I was doing for a little bit too, and she was fantastic. And I have nothing but good things to say about her. I'm a girl's girl, you
Right.
know, and I support females, especially good female talents,
Right.
because they're hard to find.
Right.
You know.
Now, is she still working for Troop? I know she was
I
working
have-
a lot of his shows because I did some catering for Troop.
Yeah, we haven't seen her recently because we
Okay.
usually go to the shows even
Right.
while he's been injured.
Well, she's been getting booked at different places too,
Yes.
so I do know
She's
that.
all over the place.
Yeah,
she
she really
yeah.
is.
At our friends at MPW, she's up in Maine all the time. So,
Right.
you know, but she was a champ up there, I believe, for a little bit. And now Taylor One Shot took that.
All right. How about this crazy looking guy, Len Oddity?
Oh my gosh, I go way back with Len Oddity.
Do you really?
Way back. Like, I've known him since I was like 16 years old.
Wow.
And he just gets crazier by the day.
Yeah. I rang announced for 3 shows for this company, and he was on 2 of them. And cool guy, but kind of kooky.
Yeah.
Definitely down with that split tongue.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my gosh, yeah, yep.
All right, we got a little bit of time. How about I like this kid, Stevie Legend.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. He's a really good kid.
Okay.
He comes in and trains at the Outcast Lair now.
Oh, nice.
Every now and then.
I think this guy's a WWE ID guy, Clipper Jones.
Yes. Yep.
Is he an ID guy now?
Yeah, I could have swore I saw that he's an ID guy.
Yeah,
Good
he's
for
from
him.
and he's from Team 3D. That's where he's out of.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, okay. So
great kid.
Devon or Bubba?
Bubba.
Bubba. And Randy Sean's a trainer over there as well, who's
Oh,
also
really?
one of my
Oh,
oldest
Ran-
friends in wrestling.
Love
He's a
Clipper though.
great
Clipper's
dude.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he is. I've seen him a couple times. He really is. But that's wild. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the
Of
show.
course. Thank you for
You know,
having us.
we'd do this
Absolutely.
again, anytime. So I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you.
sir.
And your next show's June 14th?
June 14th, Ledyard Middle School, Gales Ferry, Connecticut.
All right, guys, that's it. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe, that's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.